normally say that it's a fine evening that Porojo Mashinani TV informs, educates, and entertains you on the current affairs. Welcome to this evening delegate interview of the 4th Masai Mara University and Students Association elections of 2022. Today being the 6th of October, we are privileged to have two aspiring delegates, that is Edwin George, who is vying under the Comrades Liberation Movement, and Faith Muller of the Supreme Comrades Voice, I being your host.
And I, Hilary Alex Odur, one of the interviewer.
And Masawa Muller. And Faith Muller, who is also vying under the Supreme Comrades Voice. Would you briefly introduce yourself?
Good evening to our viewers. This is Edwin George, a second-year student pursuing communication and journalism, and currently I'm into institutional politics, and I'm vying for the delegate seat of our department, that's Media, Films and Communication department. Under that department, we have two courses, that's Public Relations and Journalism. So I would like also to appreciate the initiator of this interview, that's Ruben. Actually, I'm so humbled and I thank you for your time. Initially, you had approached me for the interview, but somehow I blocked you because I was not yet cleared to vie for this seat. So there was no way I could be interviewed. Yet the institution didn't set me free to vie, plus the students themselves, I needed their approval. Actually, I'm so humbled and I appreciate you for your time and for being patient with me. And I'm looking forward to discuss more about the institutional politics, and also to my fellow course mates, I'm humbly requesting for your help as you are going into the ballot. And I believe that through God's grace and your help and your teamwork, I'm going to be your delegate.
I'm Faith Muller, a young, vibrant Masai Mara student.
So thank God for the fact that I'm here and I'm more than ready to be a delegate.
Edwin George, who is vying under the Comrades Liberation Movement, and Faith Muller vying under the Supreme Comrades Voice. Would you briefly tell us about your political history and what makes you vie for this specific seat?
So, requesting for my political history or biography is so wide. If I start stating it today, now, I take around even 1 hour. But to be brief, I will start maybe with the minor things or the major things. Maybe according to me, they are major. We started way back in primary school. Actually, I was brought up in a humble background with my grandparents in a village school, in an interior village school where you could even differentiate the window and the door. You could get in or get out anywhere. So through that, that's where my leadership skills started as from class 1. Though I was not into leadership still, but there's a way in which things were to be done. If somebody does, maybe the class rep or the leaders that were in charge did something I could support or I was against such kinds of things, I felt that they should be done according to my way, of which in turn, at the end, the results product was so good. Reaching class 4, I was transferred. My mom came for me and said, it's high time you now start writing your historical life. Transferred to a private school. Though it was a challenge for me, transferring from a village school where even English we were taught in mother tongue. It was so hectic for me. So in that scenario, I managed to adapt with that kind of lifestyle. And through that, within the first term of class 4, the class teacher by then, that's why I realized the public school, the private schools, they rarely go through the voting. So the class teacher came to me and requested if I can lead the class, maybe be their class prefect. I said no, because one of the greatest writers of these newspapers once said that circumstances or occasions or seasons do command and call for their leaders. And I guess it was my time, the situation by then called for me. And through that, that's how I continued leading up to class 6 when I was again transferred to another school, a public now. Voting elections were held, and me being a visitor there, people proudly and bravely voted me as their class prefect, though I wanted to vie for the top seat. But according to the rules of that institution, top seat were preserved for the lower classes. So that's how I continued my leadership skill. Reaching high school is ended the same, still elected and opposed, but I quitted leadership, joined games where I took part as a captain team and led my team to semi-finals in one of the greatest tournaments in Western, of which up today I'm still proud of it. And in me, I believe that I'm one kind of a person that never rests until whatever I lay my hands on is accomplished. And I always have that zeal to help and also to move forward as a team. And when something is wrong for me or not good for me, I'll never support it. And if it is good, I'll support to the end. And I rarely give up. That's my spirit. That's what it calls to be a leader.
My political history, it's such a journey, and according to me, it's such a great journey, and I've achieved so many things in my political things that I've been doing. As from I was in primary school, I was a prefect, actually in all the classes, in lower classes, and the teachers believed in me, the students also believed in me, and I used to do the right thing and make sure that if we are in class, we had to grow as a class, and I had to make sure and take a responsibility to ensure that each and every student we could grow together and deliver the best. So so in class 4, I had to transfer to another school, which was a private school actually. And I learned from class 4 to class 8 in the same school. And when I was in class 6, that the cabinet secretaries, those staff, they came in, the president, the students council, that one. And we had to vie for cabinet secretaries, the school president, the vice school president, and the whole school and the teachers believed also that I can. And I vied for the seat to be a cabinet secretary for environment. And I was the only female competing with so many male. And I made it to be to be elected as the cabinet secretary of environment. Then I maintained the position until I finished my class 8. Then I went to secondary school where I joined the music club. I was one of the leaders participating mostly at Baganda dance, the shairis and the poems. And we made it. We even went to the national schools, national festivals, and yeah. And now I'm here vying to be a delegate in the M.F.C department. Yeah.
Yeah, so to Edwin George and Faith Mulwa, you're welcome to the show. I had not welcomed you before interviewing you guys. Yeah. So Edwin George, you are in Comrades Liberation Movements, and Faith Mulwa, you are in Supreme Comrades Voice, right? So I would handle manifesto because I think you guys, the greatest thing that you would achieve as leaders is to deliver to the comrades. So to Edwin Georgia, from your coalition, you say there is a pushing of extension of unit registration deadline. How would you achieve working on pushing the registration deadline of the units? And for you as an individual and as a delegate, what makes you think that most delegates, most students, or even the members of the student council might take some time to delay for them to register for units? And as a coalition and as a delegate, which solutions would you offer for delay in unit registration?
So Mr. Hilary Felix Oduor, if I'm not wrong,
Alex.
the questions are so nice, and in fact, it's like you've answered yourself because you've stated according to coalition's manifestos. But still, being that that's my bus towards my winning, I'll also defend it. Number one, here actually, I'll use an example to answer you, and still I'll also strike the nail on its head. Number one, I'll use this example. If you are to request, let's assume you are still under your parents' care and you needed something urgently. For instance, you are a journalist and maybe your camera broke and you needed maybe around 50,000 to repair it. You will go back and have a meeting with yourself and request for this. And finally, after that meeting, you will say, I will talk to my parents in case they give in to my request. It will be well and good. Meaning you have no power over that. The only power or authority you have is to request and plead with them if they can help you. If they can help you repair your camera. Same applies to here in this institution. This is an institution where we have staff and we have the overall people, the overall saying. Meaning us as the student leader, of which me, I'm like an MP. We have the governors and we have the president himself. Here I'm like an MP. I have no say, but what I can do best, I'll coordinate with my fellow delegates for the unit registration to be extended. One, the only solution which I'm sure can work, if I partner with the around 90% of the delegates, we go and approach the academic secretary and also the students governing council. We talk to them about the unit registration. That one alone, we talk to them, we advocate. If they see it twice and maybe see the reason why the units should be extended, then them too, they will also go and advocate on behalf of us and also on behalf of the fellow students to the school administration. So the final say lies within the school administration themselves. Meaning if the administration refuse to extend the units, we have no say. That's why I'm requesting fellow students, if you are to vote, kindly choose wisely. With us, we are just there to advocate. We can't assure you for that we are going to do it. We have no say, we have no our own account where I can tell you, we're going to pay your fee for those who have said that what you're going to do maybe to solve the issue of maybe delay registration. We are going to advocate for the bursary. If the schools agree to give us the bursary, well and good, we will help out. But if not, we have no say. Mr. Hillary, here you're doing journalism course. I've got, maybe let me say personally, I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher by profession. The rate at which you will be employed and will be employed is not the same. Maybe me, I'm pursuing a compulsory course of pertaining to education, meaning I'll be employed first, while you will still struggle to garner, maybe to get how you will survive. So meaning pockets are not the same. The reason why students delay in paying fee for the registration, pockets are not the same, and that's beyond our human what we can handle. I mean, so with that we can't force. More so with the current state of this country, that's something it's beyond our limit. So it's not also our wish that so and so has not yet registered for the unit. We will, if you have not registered for the unit, we understand, and the nation people will understand. People are not the same. We have the president. We also have the commoners like us. We only live hand to mouth.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Bursary.
Bursary. Meaning if the school agrees that we'll give a bursary maybe 8,000, 5,000 maybe for each student, for maybe over 200 students, that will be enough.
So Faith Mulwa, first of all, I would like to congratulate you for coming up and deciding to vie as a candidate. Not most ladies love politics. Very few love politics. So thumbs up. Okay. So Faith Mulwa, your question is on career development. I think this is one of your manifesto. So on career development, what do you want to do? How do you want to help comrades to develop career-wise?
Thank you, Hilary, for the question and for the appreciation. I'm humbled. Yeah, I believe that we are here in the institution of higher learning to think, to create, and to grow. And still, we need to learn and to get the right skills and the right knowledge. And we should also be willing to unlearn the traditional archaic thinking that we might be having. We are here as comrades to build our future. We're not just a matter of, it's not just a matter of to be here to just pass time. Because the 4 years or the 8 years that we are here in school do matter a lot in future. It matters because the 20 minutes that you'll be having in a certain time or even a month, it should be worth it, something that you can earn and something that you deserve due to your studies. So according to your answering your question in the career development, as Masai Mara University, I'm planning to take an initiative to make sure that as a student, we are here to grow in our careers and to develop our careers. And this will happen if we have a delegate or one of us as students who can enable us to make it through the process that we need to undergo for us to be better in future. By this, we need to have connections or even partnerships with other corporates, with partners or organizations that will have to help us as students. And this means that if I take an initiative and partner with our able lecturers, we can have the opportunity for us students to be able to partner even with organizations because we have the link through our own lecturers and through us as students, the links that us ourselves can make them. Because us as students, for the corporates outside there, the managers are there to listen to us. The moment that you write a proposal to an organization as a student, you're given like a chance, you're prioritized, and your ideas will matter a lot, and that can market you as a student. And that's why we need to partner with the corporates and have links to the organizations that can help us. And especially for us, the media students, we need corporates or even media services or media organizations. We need workshops, we need to work with them, we need them to come and help us to learn the skills that we need in future. Because at this moment, most of the students or most of the candidates, we do graduate, we have nowhere to go just because they call us the new norm, the new name, that we are an unbaked product. Why? Because we lack the right skills and the knowledge that is being needed out there for us to be.
Comrades Voice and Edwin George of Comrades Liberation Movement. It is good to hear from you and that you've said that you were leaders while in primary. Would you briefly tell us what measures you'll put in place once you assume office and what skills and experience will help you once you succeed?
The measures and the skills that you're going to apply. The measures that you're going to take is that we're going to have direct connection with our lecturers, our able lecturers, just because, as I've said, they have the links, they have the right links, and they know the great organizations and corporates that they can connect us to as students. Us to need to be friendly to our lecturers, and we need that connection, direct connection with our lecturers, because as a students, we know that in the history, university students are said or are taken to be against the administration. And at some point as time goes by, we also find ourselves fitting in the right shoes, of which this leaves us to be the losers. The school will remain to be the school. If it's Masai Mara, will remain to be a university. The lecturers are still going to earn their salary. But us as students, we'll be out of the university. We are going to graduate. We have nowhere to go. We need their links. The moment that we fight against the administration, we won't be able to benefit from their skills, their knowledge, and also their connections. So that's what I'm going to major on.
And to that question, earlier before I started this interview, at one point in my statement I said I was a hockey captain, of which that's one of the leadership skills that I'm proud of up to there. Apart from that, there's a several achievement I made in various delegates that I have served in, that's scouting, even in church and stuff. But in hockey, it's a real experience, a tough one. Through that skill and making it, leading a team up to a final tournament, it was not a joke. More so in a land of champions, that is in Kakamega, that gave me a zeal as a leader. And that made me have this initiative that as a leader, one thing you should have is that you should be a leader of one for all. What do I mean by saying this? Once you're in a position to help, ensure that you work with your subjects hand in hand. The era of one person has been interred, and it's a forgone case. So currently, we advocate for leadership of one and for all. We service everybody. We come together. We reason together. There's no way you can elect me in this position, then you abandon me, and after maybe 1 year, I come again for your votes. No way. After electing me in this post, I'll request that you come back, and also I'll come back to you and maybe we share what's maybe the experience, or I mean what you're going through. As a department of which that's media, films and communication, one of the major problem we have, that's the journalist here. We don't have places maybe where we maybe a venue where we can perfect our skills or put our whatever we've learned theoretically into practice. That can only work when, one thing for sure, if you're somebody were to help you, Mr. Mitch, you must have something in your hand. That's for sure. Even Moses, when God wanted to send him to Egypt, I mean to the Israel, maybe to save the Israelites, he had something. He had a rod on his hand. So with you, if you are to be helped, what do you have in your hand? Meaning, with us journalists, maybe the school might not take us serious because we've not shown that interest. But if you come together as maybe cosmates at your, we need to do this and this as a team. Even we can even forget about the studio and maybe set up our own temporarily after every year first years, so that if they are going for years, can also educate our incoming, let me call it, our academic siblings. I mean. So that's one of the measures, meaning we use that one person to serve the rest. Because if we wait for these links that we people, or the connection that we wait, it will be too late. We might end up graduating without even getting any. I'm a living testimony of such circumstances in my 2 years stay here, at least 1.5 year here in Masai Mara, because some of the places, some of the department or the clubs that I've served in, also this club, for whatever you want to do to be approved, my friend, you have to be persistent. At times you might even give up of what you wanted to do. What does that call for? Lack of unity, and also teamwork of togetherness. Meaning we have to be together, we have to work as a team, we have to be the move.
For us to build the reputation of our university, we need to have something that can be associated with us as Masai Mara University. For example, we have Bill Gates. Bill Gates invented the Microsoft. It wasn't Harvard University that came up with the Microsoft, but but due to Bill Gates' presence and his creativity, Harvard University is known to have invented the Microsoft. So we need Masai Mara University to also be associated with something which is going to build our reputation, and everybody will be glad to be associated with Masai Mara. We need to build the brand of our school. A PR student, we can build a good reputation for our school when we're going to be associated with the right things. And through this can only be accomplished if we have the right leaders who care not for themselves but for other students. And for my supporters, I ask for your support, for your votes. I believe that I'm the best delegate. I believe that I can deliver the best for you, for our future also, for our careers. And to my opponents, the fact that missing marks it isn't our responsibility as delegates. And that's why I've not measured the issue to do with missing marks in my manifesto.
In the next 5 years, I'll be a young politician because according to my plans and my dreams and my prayer also, I guess it will be my time to graduate from the university, was possibly from masters. And maybe God willing, if I'll be in a position to sponsor myself, maybe for PhD, well and good. Also in politics, I'll be venturing into national politics now because by then I'll be done with my degree. And to my supporters, my humble request, I won't say I'm the best, but if we work together, I'm sure I can be the best. You are the people to make me the best. Find me worthy of this seat. I'm humbly requesting that you crown me their vote. And if we work together, you can make me the best. They say that the badness or the goodness of a leader is seen when he or she is in the throne. And that will only happen if you people work together with me, and the goodness of me will be reflected upon you. Your service is my service, and my service is your service. That's why I say a leadership of one for all and service to young scholars. Please kindly, I'm humbly requesting that you join hands, we work as a team, and crown me with your votes. If you are in Twitter, kindly search for the African Eye at Mkulzwan. YouTube, interpret the African Eye. And also,
why did you label it as the African Eye?
the African Eye, it's something because most probably it's based in Africa to maybe to look at the positive impacts or positive achievements of Africa.
And I leave you with this, my supporters. Your ability to be an effective leader is directly proportional to your ability to make people work according to their time and space, even at the times that they don't really want to work. Yeah.
We wish you all the best. I was your host, Masawa Mula.
To you all, asanteni sana, mmekaribishwa tena. I'm the official government critic, Masai Mara University, Hilary Alex Oduor. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. To our viewers, thanks once again for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and share at Porojo Mashinani TV.